Welcome to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. Thank you for tuning in to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. Kay Willis Positive Vibes Talk Show on 1580thepraise.com, a Gold Chip communication station. And I have Marquis Arnold. He is a Columbus, Ohio native, freelance writer for Netflix. He's featured on the Amazon Prime movie. You guys got to check it out. Dear Love, and a co-host with his high school friend, Kevin Jett. Shout out, Kevin.
Shout out, Kevin.
Central Ohio Creators Podcast. So let's go ahead and get into the interview, Marquis. Marquis, how did growing up in Columbus, Ohio, shape your passion for creativity and storytelling?
Okay, so for me, growing up in Columbus, Ohio, I have family that's in the entertainment industry here in Columbus. So my dad was a musician, and I remember just being a kid going to different festivals with my parents, like the Jazz and Rib Fest, the art festival, and just being able to see different talented people around the city. So for me, growing up, that was a huge inspiration. And growing up, I was able to go to Columbus Public Schools, Groveport Madison schools, and Pickerington. I graduated from Pickerington North. So I was around all different types of people. And with that came to different knowledge for me, to being able to appreciate all walks of life and being able to make connections to Black people, white people, and people of other races. So that's what truly inspired me and made me want to take my talents and start to becoming a writer.
Wow. Okay, so your family is in the entertainment business. So this is kind of it's in your genes.
It's definitely in my genes.
It's in your genes. Yeah. And you said your dad was a musician. What did he play or sing?
He was a rapper in a local group called the Columbus Mob.
All right.
Yep, and he was signed to a local what's it called, label.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Wow. Columbus Mob. Oh, shout out to your dad. What's your dad's name?
You want his rap name or his government name?
His rap name. Let's shout out.
The Jackster. He was in a group called Jack and Jill.
Okay, Jackster. Let's go, Jack and Jill. All right, and then you said also living in Columbus and Pickerington you appreciate all walks of life because you're around different cultures.
Yes.
So can you elaborate about that and how that helped with writing as well, being around different cultures?
Just being able to connect with many different people, walks of life, because I know God put us all on this earth to we all have something special in us that we just need to have pulled out. And for me, being able to go to 3 different school districts and being able to connect with so many people, it allowed me to being able to think outside the box. So I used to write music and stuff. I'm currently writing a children's book, got the podcast, and that it just influenced me to push me into being more creative and being able to just being able to do what I believe God wants me to do on this earth.
Yes. So you mentioned we all have something special in us. We just need to pull it out. Can you speak to the audience out there about how can they pull out that special gift? Because like you said, he put us all around different walks, around different people, but he wants us to pull out what he put into us. How can you help the audience with that?
I think it's definitely you have to put in the work, but you also have to pray.
Yes.
And just make sure that your praying has something, you can pray about anything, but make sure you're praying about the things that truly matter to you, like your family, your friends, your goals in life, and making sure that you're doing the work, because you just can't just pray. You also have to help God in making sure you're putting in the work towards your goals, because God just gives us the gifts. It's up to us to make sure how we use those gifts.
Come on now, you better come up here and preach, Marquis. So you said we got to put in the work, pray about things that matter, do the work towards the goals. So basically what you're saying is faith without works is dead.
That's exactly
Come on
what I'm
now, that's what you're saying. Faith without works is dead.
Yes.
So pray about it. Do the things that matter. When you say that, basically are you saying Elaborate on do things that matter.
Like things that's going to feed your soul and that's going to bring joy to not just you, but to God.
Come on
So what
now.
I'm saying is like making sure that you're staying positive, feeding your brain the right stuff, because there's a lot of toxic stuff out
Yes.
here. So you're just making sure that you're staying in your word, making sure that you're staying focused on your goals. And I know it's a new year and we all got to make sure that we're staying focused on our goals and making sure that we're like not only staying focused on our goals, but making sure that we're keeping God with us along the way, because it can get hard out here. And I know that with it being hard out here, we got to make sure that we can't forget that God's right here with us all the time.
Come on now. You said positive feeding your brain. This is the Positive Vibes podcast. So, you know we're all about positivity over here.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, just like we have junk food, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's junk stuff.
Yes, definitely.
It might be something, you know, on so like you said, it's the beginning of the year, so I'm fasting.
Okay.
We have this fast. I go to the Rock City, Pastor Michael, and we have this fast lane fast. So certain things, he was like, you can fast for food. I want you guys to do at least food. Talk to your doctor, but do at least one meal. And then also they have social media. Well, social media can be challenging because you can get in the rabbit hole.
Definitely.
You can go in there for one thing and get in the rabbit hole. So I'm like, I'm fasting social media. And I told everyone before the fast,
Yes.
I'm like, you know what, you guys, don't send me no messages because I'm not checking messages.
Yeah.
I'm not checking messages, but I will, comment on stuff regarding the show, regarding the podcast, regarding business.
Yes.
I'm going to comment on that because, unfortunately, that's life now. You have to be on social media if you have a business.
Definitely.
Like, there's no way getting around it. You have to have some type of, and even some people, they pay people to do that,
Yes.
but you have to have content.
You have to.
So with that being said, it's like, okay, but I can't check messages. So I've been telling people, and I'm like, okay, I'll see, because you can see somebody sent, I'm like, send a message. Like, I'm not doing it. Because like you said, it's like, I need to feed, this a reset. I need this reset. I know
Yes.
God got some breakthroughs. I know God got some things for me to do. And, you know, for other people, I've been encouraging everybody else, like, man, come on, we on day 3 on this fast, 21 days. 21 number of breakthrough. Like, we gotta get through it. And I know God is speaking. I know God want to work some things out. I know God want to pull some things out. Come on now, you talked about that. You know, and God wants to put in the work too.
Yes.
So he just ain't gonna give it to us.
Yeah,
we gotta put it in. Like you said, we gotta pray. So that fasting and everything, it's the same thing. We gotta pray. You know what I'm saying? We just can't miss a meal and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm missing a meal, but I'm also putting in, like, word. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me read scripture. Let me do this. So, yes, I'm glad you are talking about that. Positive feeding your brain. Let's go. Come on now. So, yeah, just like it's junk food, it's junk stuff on TV.
Yeah.
It's junk stuff on social media. It's junk stuff, a conversation. So, you are absolutely right. Because I'm getting it right. Like, Lord got some work that he need me to do, and I need to get it right. So, Lord, use me and keep me.
Yes.
Okay? And then, like I said, staying focused on the word and goals. So that's a goal. And goals can always change. You know, write your goals down.
Yep.
And they can always change and always redirect because
that's true.
we got detours, you know,
Yeah.
just like on the road.
Yes.
It might be some detours.
It's going to be some detours.
It's going to be some detours.
Yeah.
And then keep God on the way. Come on now, Marquis. Marquis up here ministering, y'all. Keep God on the way. So
Yes.
always, you know, focus on God. Keep God. Now, Marquis mentioned a few things, okay? He mentioned that he has a children's book.
Yes, I have a children's book I'm writing that's based on a little boy named Malik here in Columbus, Ohio. He's autistic, and the book is about him getting lost and trying to find his way back home.
Wow. So how did you come up with the concept with Malik?
The way I came up with this concept was I was trying to figure out, like, how can I make, because all my children's books I write, the goal is to make them all based in Columbus, Ohio.
I love that.
And just being able to create a story where, like, a lot of African American men and women can relate to, because there's a lot of autistic kids out here. So I just wanted to make a book that I believe that could like help a kid out here.
Absolutely. So autism. I know Tony Braxton's son has autism. Does Holly Pete's son has autism. I have some family members, like I said, has autism. So it's some people, they have the spectrum. A lot of times they have associate like puzzles and stuff like that. So I mean, it's a lot of people have autism, and the kids are very intelligent,
very smart,
but they just learn differently.
Yes.
That's the only thing. So they just learn differently, but we have to embrace that. So I'm glad that you're putting that in there, because there's a lot of people that have it, and let's embrace that and encourage people. And they are amazing people too.
Great people.
Yes, great people. People. So yes, and they just learn different. We all learn different.
Yes, that's true.
You know, we all learn different, but they just learn different. And then let's talk about the podcast a little. We're going to get a little bit back into all this, y'all. But, since he put it out there, we're going to talk about it. So, Central Ohio.
Yep, Central Ohio Creators, the podcast I started with one of my friends from high school, Kevin Jett. Shout out to Kevin.
Shout out, Kevin.
The podcast been going on for about 7 months now.
Wow.
And the last 2 months, we started going like really hard. We took 2 months off, but this idea came to us. We was at an arcade. Kevin had hosted an event at this arcade. I'm not going to say the arcade's name, but he hosted an event at this arcade, and we was just talking after the arcade about like how can we like be able to tell the stories of people in Ohio, like giving people their flowers in Ohio, because there's so many great people here in Columbus that deserve flowers, and we're just trying to be able to make sure that they have a place to promote themselves and get their flowers. So that's how the idea for the Central Ohio Creators came along, and the feedback's been good. And thank you for coming on the podcast too.
Yes, I was gonna tell y'all. Come on now, I was on there last Friday, and Marquis and Kev, I mean, they invited me in. It was a blessing. We had a great time. We had a great conversation.
Great conversation.
So I was like, how long is this gonna be? He said, oh, maybe 2 hours. I'm not sure how long was it.
It's like an hour and 15 minutes.
Hour and 15 minutes, and whoo, it went fast.
It went by fast.
It went by fast. But yes, Marquis was great. Kevin, professional. You guys check them out. Follow them on social media.
Yep, at Central Ohio Creators.
Yes, go ahead, and we're gonna make sure towards the end too, y'all get that information. If y'all just tuning in, y'all gonna get the information. But come on now, shout out to Marquis, and shout out to them uplifting people in Ohio. It's great people from Ohio. I mean, come on now, we got Halle Berry from Ohio, we got Steve Harvey from Ohio, Cat Williams from Ohio. Come on now, we got a lot of great people from Ohio.
Legends.
More than that, come on now. Yes, live in Ohio. So shout out to Ohio. And OH. IO 614. Come on now, 614. I'm from 216, but I represent 614 as well, though. I ain't gonna, I gotta represent. That's where I live. So let's go. So let's go ahead and get into Marquis. He is amazing. Let me tell y'all, he earned a dual associate's degree in arts and business from Columbus State Community College. How did that also contribute to your creative and professional growth? Because he doing some things, y'all.
First, let me say, shout out Columbus State. That's a great college.
Yes.
Columbus State is a great college. And I believe, like, when I was at Columbus State, I can say that's where, like, I truly found myself.
Okay.
Because, like, I would go to, like, I took theater at Columbus State, and I was able to meet a lot of different, like, local actors here. So that also helped with, like, pushing my creativity. But being able to get my associates of arts and associates business, just going to Columbus State for those years was able... Them was like very important years to me as like growing as a man and becoming who I am and allowing me to get closer to God. So like those times at Columbus State, it was just something that clicked in me at that time and like really like pushed me to like want to like start writing more and just being able to just be it. It was like me being able to truly like become who I think I should be, like an author. So being at Columbus State, it's like it contributed a lot.
on, Columbus State. Yes. And I'm glad. So did you meet a lot of people that actually help with your creativity?
I met some authors at Columbus State. I met like one of my professors at Columbus State. He's actually a book publisher.
Wow.
And then so like being able to talk to him and being able to like talk to some of the other professors there, I was around a lot of creative people that like made me want to like get back into writing a lot and getting back into like writing poetry and performing at different poetry spots around the city. So yeah, definitely shout out to Columbus State.
So you write poetry too?
Yeah, and I perform at some open mics around the city.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so just when you have something, make sure you post it. Make sure you let me know.
Okay, I got you.
Absolutely. Wow, look at Marquis. Honey, he told me extra stuff I didn't even know. Come on now. And shout out to Columbus State. I believe they have a program now, too. If you graduate from Columbus Public Schools, you get to go there now.
Yes, for free.
No cost. Shout out to Columbus State for helping people live their dreams. And that's a great opportunity for people as well.
Yes.
Yep. Because, I mean, hey, it doesn't hurt. Especially if someone says they don't know what they want to do.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Take advantage of that. Find something, and you never know. It might spark in you. It's been great, you're good.
The youth definitely should take advantage of that.
Take advantage of that opportunity.
Yeah.
At no cost, y'all better take advantage.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power, especially when it's free 99.
Facts.
Okay? So wait a minute, 'cause I told y'all when I introduced y'all, I said, when I introduced Marquis to y'all, I said he was a freelance writer for Netflix. So, what was it like working as a freelance writer for Netflix during the pandemic?
That was a blessing because I was able to get hooked up with Netflix through, I went to this school called Ashford.
Okay.
It was like a online digital school, and that's where I got my bachelor's degree in journalism and mass communications. And one of my professors there introduced me to someone that worked at Netflix. Now, at first, I was writing like different like sports articles, but then the people from Netflix reached out to me and asked if I wanted to start writing articles for them. And I was like, yes. So I was able to get like shows and different movies like before they would come out. And I would be able to like review them. And I still got some like stuff up. Like if you Google my name, Marquis Arnold, you can still see like Netflix life articles I've written. One of my favorite articles I was able to write was during the pandemic, Kanye West put out this documentary. And I was able to interview his friends, Cootie and Shike. And that was a great experience.
Wow. Okay, so let's get into this Netflix. And you was writing and interviewing. So that documentary is called Genius.
Yes.
On Netflix. Yes. And if you guys haven't seen it, it is good. And actually, you guys might be surprised because what I got out of it was about faith, not giving up, and the power of visualization.
Yes.
Because everything he said he was going to do, he did it.
You got to speak into existence.
He spoke it into existence. Like and it shows from when he was just Kanye West, just showing up and just in Chicago. Then it showed how he was, started off helping produce. It's really good. I know some people might be like, Kanye West, I don't want to watch it. But no, for real, it talked about faith. And then even his mom is in there. I think it's beautiful how he has all of that footage. Yeah. Because it's like now his kids can see their grandma. Yeah, because, just to how much of a great person he has become. Yeah. With the Sunday best. I know everyone has challenges. I'm not going to speak on. Yeah. We can't do that because God got judge us. I ain't got no stone. So I ain't going to throw it. But what I will tell y'all, that was a good, oh my goodness, I would tell anybody in a minute. It's actually that's one of my best Netflix documentaries. Yeah. It was good. His mom, she was like, Kanye, even when you sitting down, so she was telling him like, you still great or everything. I'm like, wow.
She was dropping so many jewels. She was
dropping so many jewels on him. And it's just like, I could see how when she passed away, he had challenges. Yeah. But then people can't judge that because it's like, y'all going, help people.
Right.
Instead of just that man, he did Sunday best. Like, come on now. Everybody, we fighting.
Yes.
We fighting every day. The daily walk is a fight.
That's
so
true.
y'all don't condemn that man. Pray for that man. But once you watch it, you gonna see it, and hopefully that make you pray for that man and don't judge that man. But it's a good one. So can you drop us anything? I mean, how does the interview meeting Cootie and everything? Like, how was that?
That was a wonderful experience, and they was so cool and laid back. Like being able to, because the interview we did over Teams.
Okay.
And it was like, because I was able to interview them 2 days before the first episode premiered on Netflix.
Wow.
They was just telling me some of the stories about how close Kanye was to his mom, and like that's another thing, that how important family is, and that solid foundation. And I'm thankful for the solid foundation I come from. So that documentary is truly inspiring.
It's definitely inspiring. And it's like, you see, like, he came from nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He had his braces, everything. Then he talked about when he was in California, he got in that accident.
Yeah.
And how he had to spend the money for the video.
Through the wire, yeah.
Yeah, through the wire. I mean, wow. Come on, Marquis. That was really good.
Yeah.
And wasn't Cootie his best friend, right?
Cootie and Shikey, his best friends.
His best friends.
Yeah.
Yes, and they even talked about that, because I don't want to get into it too much, because I want y'all to watch the doc on Netflix. But it's really about faith. And I feel like if you take out, it's Kanye West and all the stuff he does. But once again, we all got challenges. Pray for that man. God bless Kanye West and his family. But you're going to see his heart in this documentary.
Yes.
And you're going to want to pray for this man. And you're going to want the best for this man. And I know, hey, like I said, we all fighting every day. We fighting every day. It's a walk. So y'all don't judge him. But wow, that is amazing. Just to be in that presence.
Yeah, that had me feeling good.
Wow. So any other with Netflix?
That was probably the biggest one. I was able to review Stranger Things.
Okay.
Like, I think it was season 2 at that time. That was cool. But yeah.
Wow. That's good. That is a blessing. So, and then how did you feel just being able to get that opportunity? Was, that they let you do it?
That made me feel like it made me feel accomplished, but I knew that there was still more work to do. And being able to like interview 2 people that was like that close to Kanye made me feel like, oh, I know I can become something big next. Like, I can feel it coming. Like 2025, I feel like it's going to be a real big year for me.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I feel it in my spirit. Like, some of the conversations I've been having since the new year, like, I used to work at the State House.
Okay.
And one of my old coworkers, I call him my work grandpa, he called me 2 days ago and was like, he had a dream, and he just said that, I believe you have a calling on your life. I don't know what it is, but you have a calling. I don't know if you're going to be like a youth pastor, a successful author, actor, but you have a calling on your life. And like, that's something I've been hearing for like years. Like, even both of my grandmas, like, there's something special in you. And like, this year, I feel like this is going to be a big year.
Yes, it is. We are thriving. Yes, we are thriving this year in 2025. And I am standing in agreement that it's going to be a big year. And you are, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you are, God got you.
Hey.
So, yes, we are standing in agreement for that. And I'm excited for you. And, I mean, already with your podcast and the book, you're already doing great things. And then ministry, too, that looks good.
Yeah.
Ministry look good on anybody that want to do it. Come on now, because we need the gospel. So, yes, come on. So, let's, Marquis, we are going to go into, this is so good, y'all. Y'all done got, I mean, he's an author. He, wrote for Netflix and more. And then we even said, we talking youth pastor. Come on now. Marquis is going to come on next week. You know, we always got to do an encore. We got to do a part 2. But in the meantime, how can we reach you, Marquis?
On Facebook, you can reach me at Marquis Arnold. That's my government Facebook. And then on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter or X, you can reach me at _ Marquis Arnold, MarquisArnold, at _ Marquis Arnold.
Okay, and then also the podcast.
Yes, Central Ohio Creators Podcast at Central Ohio Creators Podcast on Facebook and Instagram.
So you guys heard it here. We got, Marquis Arnold, and we got Central Ohio Creators Podcast. Check them out on Instagram, on Facebook, and
YouTube.
YouTube.
Central Ohio Creators on YouTube.
Yes, like, share, and subscribe. You guys go ahead and, click that subscribe button. Go ahead and do that. And then for me, Kay Willis, you guys we're always looking for sponsors, guys. So guess what? You can email me at kwillis, positivevibestalkshow@gmail.com. You can also, contact me I am on YouTube as well, Kay Willis, Positive Vibes Podcast, which the interviews are uploaded on there as well. So if you guys missed something or you missed the previous week, guess what? Log on, like, share, and subscribe to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. But this is Kay Willis with the Kay Willis Positive Vibes Talk Show right here on 1580thepraise.com, a Go Chip communication station. Like, share, and subscribe to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. Thank you for tuning in to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes Podcast. Check out my book, The Principles of Overcoming Life's Obstacles, a 31-day journey to positive living, available on Amazon.com. Just type Kay Willis. And thank you for tuning in to the Kay Willis Positive Vibes Podcast.